Shakespeare invented more than 1,700 words. Shakespeare wrote some of the most beloved and revered pieces of literature the world has ever known, but in order to craft his plays and poems, he sometimes resorted to making up his own words. In fact, the bard is said to have come up with more than 1,700 words, including moonbeam, laughable, eyeball, bump, puking, champion, bedroom, excitement, and zany. Santa Claus was given an official pilot's license in 1927.
When Santa Claus makes his trip around the world on Christmas Eve, you can rest assured that he's legally allowed to drive his sleigh, at least in the United States. In 1927, the jolly man in the red suit was given a pilot's license from the Assistant Secretary of Commerce for Aeronautics William P. McCracken. According to the Library of Congress, the old saint called at the Commerce Department in Washington, and when he arrived, his picture was taken as he was given his license, airway maps, and the assurance that the lights would be burning on the airways on Christmas Eve. A single watermelon once sold for $6,125. In 2008, a man in Japan bought a nearly black Densuke watermelon for 650,000 yen or $6,125. The specialty fruit is only grown on the island of Hokkaido and, according to a Japanese agricultural expert in the Los Angeles Times, is crisp and hard with a different level of sweetness than the watermelon we are used to eating. A Brazilian man was killed in bed when a cow fell through the roof and landed on him. In 2013, Joao Maria de Souza was lying in bed when a cow that had been grazing on a hill behind his house walked onto the asbestos roof and fell through, landing on de Souza, according to the BBC. The injured man was taken to a hospital where he later passed away. As strange as this incident might seem, locals claimed that it was the third time a similar thing had happened in the area in the past 3 years, although no one was killed the first 2 times. Scientists made a nanoguitar the size of a human blood cell. Cornell University researchers carved the tiny musical instrument out of crystalline silicon and claim that it's the world's smallest nanoguitar at 10 micrometers long. The guitar's 6 strings are each about 50 nanometers, 100 atoms wide. And while it was made for fun to illustrate the technology, it also demonstrates how this tech could be used in fiber optics, displays, sensors, and electronics. The top speed of the winning car in the first U.S. race was 7 miles per hour. Frank Durier reached a top speed of 7 miles per hour when he raced the second car he had ever built with his brother, Charles, on Thanksgiving Day, November 27, 1895. The Chicago Times-Herald-sponsored race featured a 54-mile course that ran from downtown Chicago to Evanston and back. Antarctica is covered in a sheet of ice that's 7,000 feet thick. For reference, that's about 19 football fields. The U.S. Antarctic program also notes that if the ice sheet ever suddenly melted, it would raise the sea level worldwide an estimated 200 feet and submerge much of the Gulf and Atlantic coastal areas of the U.S. Arachnophobia is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. It's pretty common to be afraid of heights and scared of spiders, but if you have arachnophobia, you're among the smaller group of people that suffer from a fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of their mouths. This phobia is often connected to a fear of choking or a fear of sticky textures, but it can also be its own isolated fear.
Please click the subscribe button and bell button for notifications. Thank you.
crowds at one Louisiana State University football game once cheered so loudly that it registered as an earthquake on a local seismograph. The game, which took place between LSU and Auburn University, took place in front of a crowd of 79,431 fans at LSU's Tiger Stadium. The crowd's reaction to the game's final pass registered as an earthquake by a seismograph located around 1,000 feet from the stadium. A seismologist noticed the reading the next day, and the game went down in LSU history as the earthquake game. There's a Guinness World Record for the Stretchy skin. Gary Turner from the UK holds the Guinness World Record for the Stretchy skin thanks to the fact that he can extend the skin on his stomach 15.8 centimeters. Turner is capable of such an elastic-like feat thanks to a collagen-defective condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. The Good Place actress Jameela Jamil recently confirmed that she also has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, even demonstrating the stretchiness of her skin on social media. One of the largest pyramids in the world is a Bass Pro Shops in Memphis, Tennessee. If you're not able to travel all the way to Egypt to see the Great Pyramids in Giza, then you might want to plan a trip to Memphis, Tennessee, to see the local Bass Pro Shops megastore. At 321 feet tall, with a 535,000 square foot interior, it's one of the largest pyramids in the world and features a hotel, an indoor swamp, an aquarium, a bowling alley, and the world's tallest freestanding elevator, which can take you to an observation deck. Scientists once gave mice superhero-like night vision using nanoparticles. Fictional Marvel characters aren't the only beings with superhero-like powers. A few lucky mice were given the ability to see perfectly in the dark when scientists utilized nanoparticles that convert infrared light to visible light. The same method could be used to give humans the same night vision superpower sometime in the future. We'll just have to wait and see. Extreme ironing is an actual sport. There are plenty of extreme sports out there if you happen to be an adrenaline junkie. For the classics like skydiving and surfing to newcomers like parkour and blobbing, aka human catapulting, there's truly something for everyone. But if you want to combine your love of cleaning with your love of getting wild, then perhaps you'd like to try extreme ironing, which was founded in 1997 and has been challenging competitors to press shirts in unexpected locations, like high up in trees, hanging over cliffs, or paddling whitewater rapids, for more than 2 decades. A lifeboat drill was cancelled the morning of the Titanic tragedy. Other than the fact that it hit an iceberg and sank, a lot went wrong during the Titanic tragedy. But one of the most jaw-dropping facts about the incident is that, according to passenger Arthur Godfrey Pukin, who later recalled what had happened during his testimony at congressional hearings in Washington, a routine lifeboat drill was supposed to take place the morning of the disaster. But the crew never assembled and the drill was cancelled. There's a Starbucks cup in every shot in the movie Fight Club. It's not quite true that there's a Starbucks on every single corner in every major city. But there does happen to be a Starbucks cup in every scene in the 1999 movie Fight Club, starring Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, and Helena Bonham Carter. The cup's appearance was reportedly inspired by a line in the film, where Norton's character explains, "When deep space exploration ramps up, it'll be the corporations that name everything, the IBM Stellar Sphere, the Microsoft Galaxy Planet Starbucks."